T-shirt wearing, championship ring wearing, deal stealing, toy dealing, Hot Wheel riding, dragonfly flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time keeping these credit card bills down. Welcome to A Flair for Toys, that uncultured heathen. It's your boy Beef. And welcome inside the toy house with my man D Dub, fresh off of Backlash, live in full effect. We're gonna talk about Backlash, and see what it's all about. Dub, how
Yeah,
you doing, my man?
get my yeet glasses on for this.
I'm gonna get you some beef glasses.
Yeah,
4 letters, one word. Woo woo.
right.
Beef.
But
Hey,
yeah,
those actually would go good with that orange Yeet shirt I just did buy the other day.
that's what I got. I picked up one of those too.
Nice.
I nothing black other than Cody Rhodes that I like, so I picked up a Cody Rhodes shirt, a Penta, and um, two other shirts. I can't remember exactly what that other one was. Um, oh, it's the Stone Cold Crimson Mask one. Yeah,
Okay, good.
that, yeah, that
Really
was it.
good one. So,
And there was something else that I got too. Um, I got this right here from your man John Cena.
now I did see that. That's cool. Didn't Fed get one too?
Yeah, Fed got one.
And Dearman?
Yeah, Dearman got one, and I got one. So
Nice.
something pretty cool that we all got to take back.
Speaking
So
of Dearman, there he is right there. What's up, my man? Fed, I know you over there. What's up, Fed?
yeah, he's in here running up and down the steps.
But guys, what we're gonna talk about is we're gonna talk about Backlash. We're gonna talk about the results and our thoughts, and then we're gonna move on and let Dub show some stuff and talk some stuff. He may have some more insight because he was there live and in full effect. So gonna kick it off to you and just give us a roundabout, not about the wins and losses, but just the experience and how it was. So go ahead and kick us off with that.
I will tell you this: the experience was great. I liked it. I do. They are starting to do some little things that I don't really like. You know how like the crowd used to be able to get pumped and jump up and stuff like that. Like down in the pit area now, they make everybody sit down. You can see people like making them sit down now. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I understand that too because people want to go pay to watch a show. They don't. Some people can't stand and they won't be able to see. So I get that, but it's still that experience. You know what I mean? I love
Yeah.
it. It was great. Everything's a little pricey, which they always are. Food
Yeah.
wise, beverage wise. It costs an arm and a leg to do that stuff. We was real close. They had a very nice hotel that we stayed in, me and Dearman. I mean, I thought it was really nice. Um, but it was real close. We were right there, 4 blocks away from the event. So it took us 5-10 minutes to walk there. So we did that, you know what I mean? Instead of driving and paying for parking and all that.
Right.
So we just drove there. Had good seats. I will say that for what I paid, uh, I didn't buy the floor seats. They were a little more pricey. It would have cost me probably like $2,000 to get floor seats,
Mm.
but I got the next level up type seats, like right there.
Right.
We was in a good spot, man. I really liked it. The only thing I didn't like, and if I ever had to do it over, is if I pick the same spot, I'm gonna pick it around where I'm facing like the ring area, like the hard camera. You
Right.
know, like that's the way I want to be facing next time. Just because that's where everybody turns, that's where all the spots are aimed towards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
get some good spots towards you, but it's still not as same as being out in front of it.
So have you watched it? I know you've been busy traveling. Have y'all watched it back to see if y'all can see yourself there yet?
Well, I've been watching it back. We just got home today, and I've been watching some of it back today. Um, I haven't got to see us yet because it's kind of dark in our area. That's where it just starts getting dark where we was. And that's what I was going to say. Like, you know, when you're on the TV screen and you're seeing that, it's a lot different than being in person. That looks like a big giant arena, like a big giant ring, and all this. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's not
It's
that
not.
big.
It's
The
not that
wrestlers
big.
ain't that big either. Because the last time I went to the Rumble, we were right there on the floor seats against the rail, and
Yeah,
there wasn't but a few people that were even taller than me, and I'm about 6'1". You know, so the people always look bigger, on television than they do in person.
yeah. And they did something else I didn't agree with. They had the store, the WWF store, was separate from the arena. So you like, and it came up, it popped up when you tried to find the WWF store, it was popping up some kind of luxury apartments or something like that. So here, me and Dearman, if you're not from around this area, then you don't know where this place is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So luckily, Fed was already at the store, and I don't know how he. I didn't even get to ask him because once we met, you know what I'm saying, it was all let's get our stuff, let's do everything, and let's go find our seats and do all this and get familiar with everything. But
Hey, Marcelo.
after we met though, man, and got everything we needed to do, everything just fell right in place and seemed like it flew by.
Good. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. So let's get right into it. Now, you were there, so take the first match. Who was the first match?
It was the four way.
Okay.
Drew, Drew,
Priest.
Priest, L.A. Knight, and Fatu. And that's
Okay.
when we got Jeff Cobb. I didn't agree with the ending. I didn't think that we needed Jeff Cobb to, you know, Fatu don't need nobody to put him over. He can put himself over,
Exactly.
And I think that's that's what the angle is they're going after. Sooner or later, we'll get Solo and Fatu fighting each other because
Yes.
he don't want no help. He don't need no help, and sooner or later, he's going to push back on that situation there.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy. You could tell he wasn't happy. You know what I
No,
mean
he wasn't. Eh,
about it. So yeah, I think they're setting us up for something good there. Between them two, I think it'll be a pretty good little battle.
So what'd you think of the match? I mean, right result,
Um,
grade.
I'm gonna give it. I think the match was a B minus. You know what I'm saying? There were some good spots. Quite a few spots in there that I did like, but it seemed like there was a lot more resting and going on though than what people could really see. You see a lot more when you're there at the
Oh
event.
yeah.
People
Oh
can't,
yeah.
you know.
Welcome
Um,
in, lights.
when Priest and McIntyre were battling out in the crowd and they were doing that thing, Fatu and LA Knight was down over the ring, and you could see them just laying there resting and talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, that's where they're at right now. I'm watching that right now on TV. So,
So I kind of agree with you. I give it a B, not a B minus.
yeah,
I actually think the spots between Priest and McIntyre, when they took each other out, I think that was better than their whole street fight match at WrestleMania.
yeah,
Um, I do agree. Also, I'm glad we got Jeff Cobb, but I don't think this was a place where we needed it. I agree he didn't need help, but it
yeah,
is going to set up between Solo and Fatu.
yep.
So I guess he don't love Solo no more. But
Ain't getting to where you're not liking him.
I love you, Solo. But
Uh,
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good to start out and everything. So not
yeah,
bad, not bad. I actually we'll get to the whole rundown, but for what they had, I wasn't too ecstatic about the card. But the card that they had, they did, I think, make the best of it
right.
with what they had. So I will give them a shout out for that. So all right, let's go on to the next. Who we got next?
Let's see. Was it Becky and Valkyrie, or was it
Nah, hell,
Penta?
it don't matter.
Penta?
We don't have to go in order anyway.
Yeah, I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? Penta and Dom was pretty cool. I knew some shenanigans was going to go on there. They always do. But they're trying to set that up with this Judgment Day split. You know what I'm saying? So it won't be long. I give it probably maybe 2 3 more weeks, and they're going to be like trying to split these guys up.
Yeah, it's
I
went
don't know
on too
what
long. They need to go ahead and just do it.
Yeah, yeah, because to me, like none of those guys really need any one of each other to put each other over. I like that's why I don't understand why they even put them in a faction, all them together. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
actually, I never agreed with Finn being in there anyway. Of course, we all know
Right,
he only took over because, for one, Edge left it and was leaving anyway because he didn't want to do the spooky stuff. And then they never did the spooky stuff anyway.
right,
But I think it works without Finn because I
yeah,
think all those guys need somebody to feed off of. McDonough's not a star by himself. I don't think Dominic really is either. I mean, he's a good chicken shit heel, you
right,
know.
right,
Liv and Raquel are kind of entertaining.
yeah,
Carlito is cool. Carlito's
yeah,
always cool. But
yeah,
I think they need it, and nobody considers them a big threat faction anyway. But it's still good for
yeah.
little comedy spots, and always the hint of somebody going to interfere and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and that's what aggravates me about the whole thing there. That does seem like it. I don't know if it gets old with you, but it does get old with me just seeing that over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like sooner or later, they got to get their comeuppance. You know what I mean? You
right.
know, they
I
got to
mean,
get
I don't mind it with them and that group because I think everybody knows that's the only way they should be able to win.
right,
You
right.
know, but the
Yeah,
thing I don't agree with is when you have somebody interfering in every freaking match.
right. Yeah,
You know,
that's like that's
that's when
like
it gets a little old.
Yeah, like they'll interfere in their match, and it'll work out for them. They'll win some belt or something like that. But you take Walt or not Walter, but Gunther versus McAfee, and you got Michael Cole interfering in that match and trying to hold him down, but it don't work. You know what I'm saying? And I think
But it
they
was
should.
a good spot, though. It was a good spot.
It was a good spot, but I think they really should have let McAfee go over. Actually, I knew Gunther was going to win. I called that one, but I kind of figured though, that would after I seen the momentum he had and how good he did mess up some spots, what I'm saying? He tripped up on the ropes there.
Yeah, it fell
Um,
flat on his face.
yeah. But he kept going though, you know what I'm saying? He picked it up and kept continued right on like it didn't bother him, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to have. You got to have that type of mentality to where you can't dwell on that. You got to be able to move on.
Right. And I agree, Lights, the US title didn't need the interference.
Right.
But anyway, to finish up on that match, I didn't even think about El Grande Americana coming in there.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I wish they'd get rid of that stuff. It's getting
Yeah.
ridiculous to this point. But overall, the match was all right. We knew there were going to be shenanigans, but
Yeah.
I'd probably give that one a C, C minus.
Yeah. I give that one a C too. Like I said, I called that one wrong. I figured Penta would have went over.
I thought so too. I thought he should have. I
Yeah,
thought they should have broke up the Judgment Day right there. I think Finn
right.
should have cost him it. Penta got it, and they should have left the whole El Grande Americano Lucha Libre Chad Gable, whatever the hell, out of there. But
Yeah. Yep.
But all
I
right,
agree with
now
that.
on we'll do the Becky Lynch and Laya Valkyria, whatever her name
Yeah.
is. I don't get the whole one winged angel. I don't know if she's Kenny Omega's sister or whatever. When she comes out with all the wings, like she's a Timu Victoria's Secret, or I don't understand the whole thing. But the match was decent. Becky did put her over, so I give her kudos for at least doing that. She did sell a lot more here than she had going leading up to this match for her,
Yeah.
but I just don't think that this girl has got the it factor. Not that she's not good, she can be
Right.
good. I think she's still a little too green and can't really handle like the crowd stuff yet. I don't
Like
think she
I would,
connects well with
yeah,
anybody yet.
yeah, I would like to see them. Actually, I would rather see her in NXT with the NXT Championship and Stephanie Vaquer with the Intercontinental.
I
That's
agree.
just me. You know what I'm
You just
saying?
want to see the move. Do the move that you do.
Yeah, I love that too. But you know what I'm saying? Still, yeah, she's after I seen that match with her and Io Sky that night on Raw, and then they come out and interfered, and I could have watched them two go at it forever. I mean, those two was they did an amazing job that
Fight
next.
forever.
Yeah, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I want to see, right? Like that. You know what I mean? That
Well,
was
yeah,
enter.
that's like the other day. There was a good match between who was it? Roxanne Perez and was it Io?
Yeah, she's another good one too. Yeah,
And it was a good match, and then everybody had to come out and get into it. I'm like,
yeah,
come on now.
yep, yep.
What's
So,
up, Roman? Roman Reigns is in the house. The OTC to OTC, goddamn.
but yeah, with that one there, I probably give that one a I don't know. I'd say a B plus.
I gave it a B minus,
You
but
know, yeah,
just because I don't get the whole thing with the chick, the match wasn't bad or anything. And this
right,
is another thing. We talked about it before. We talked about it leading into Backlash.
yeah,
I don't get the whole 5 match card thing. Why can't we go to 7? Why can't we go 9? Some of these women matches and other like Dominic and Penta, they don't need a 20-25 minute banger.
no,
You
no,
know, you could have a 4 minute squash match. You could have a 7-8 minute good match between Becky and
yeah,
Valkyria, whatever her name is,
yeah,
Kenny Omega's sister, whatever. You know,
yeah,
they can have a decent match between these. It doesn't have to be 20, 25, 30 minutes long.
right,
I
right,
mean, you've already seen everything that these women can do 3 times over in that time frame.
yeah,
And it's like, come on now.
yeah,
So I don't get it. I mean, they want to spend more time on commercials and entrances and this and that and all the talking. Good Lord.
yeah.
Give me
That's
9 matches and let's make it like the Attitude Era, goddamn.
yeah, because that's what I was getting ready to say. You know, hell, the Undertaker, he took what 6 minutes to get out to the ring.
30. But see, back then that was something because he was the only one.
Right,
Now everybody's doing it.
right.
And then when they go to these big arenas, you got, goddamn, you got to walk a mile to get down there.
Yeah, like Penta, I was the same way. You know, I get it. You know, what I'm saying him moving slow down through there, but that's taking up all the time in your card right there. You know.
That's what I said. I said if he walks this way all the way down here, we're gonna be on here till 12 midnight.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm just glad he wasn't spelling out Sierra Meadow. It would have took forever.
yeah. That was
But
Chris's favorite there, and that's who showed up the next day instead of R Truth. It was Penta that showed up at the signing.
did he get an autograph?
I know. I got an autograph, but I didn't get it from him.
Oh, okay.
But I got a Penta autograph today. I found one.
But did Dearman get one?
No, I wished I could have got him one. I wished I could have. Yeah,
Gotcha.
right there's that one I got.
Nice. And I like that outfit he's got on.
Yeah, yeah, he's got that like that Joker look. It's real cool, real good one.
So all right, no, we did jump and kind of talk about it a little bit, but the
Yeah,
Gunther McAfee one, I didn't think this match should have been on the card in my eyes. I don't
right.
think they should have done this with Gunther. I
No,
think they kind of buried him a little bit after doing that. I mean, you already buried him by having him lose to the Eat Man. And then now you had him choke out 2 announcers. Yes, I know one was a football player, but he was a kicker, god damn it. A
yeah.
kicker. Kickers aren't
But
football players.
it doesn't really. It didn't really elevate him.
Oh, you went
Plus,
black, Dub.
I don't know what's going on.
What are you doing over
I
Like
don't know.
running
Can you
lights
hear me?
turn the lights out on you.
Can you hear me still?
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Huh? Oh, John Cena on you.
You
Let
can't
me
see me.
see if that works now. No, didn't work, did it?
Nope.
I'm not sure what happened, brother. Uh, well, you can hear me anyway. Uh,
Yeah,
well, I give that match right there. That one, it didn't need to be on the card, like you said. It could have been done at Raw. It should have been done at Raw anyway. But yeah, as far as I give it a C plus, and the only reason I do is because of the way they put each other over.
I got you. I'm giving it less than you. I gave it a D.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there were a few cool spots. There was McAfee's mess up where he caught the ropes, and I mean, McAfee was gonna be an NXT, sporadic, match filler anyway. And I mean, I get it. I know back in the day they would do the pose downs and the weightlifting, so they throw this match in there, kind of like that kind of spot. But I just didn't think it needed to be on there. But for
Yeah.
what it was okay at best. So I give it a D, and I think that's as long as we need to talk about it. But
Yep. That
so
sounds like a plan to me, especially at that one.
so so what else we got left? We got what, one match left, and that's
Yep.
it. And
Randy
there
and
was only
Cena.
5 matches.
Randy and Cena.
Randy and Cena.
Yeah.
Now I'll let you go ahead and take it, and I'll finish up.
Well, I knew for one they wasn't going to put Randy over because that's not where the story's going. And I know it does create this whole other storyline and this, that, and the other, but that's not the plan. That's not what these guys want. If people would actually listen to some of these podcasts and go back and listen to some of these people talk, they'll find out what people want and what they'll probably get. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Right.
and just by going back and listening who they want to do things for them, there's certain guys that they want to put over for certain reasons. So, like, I can see this is, and I might be crazy for thinking this, but I really think we get Cody Rhodes come back and he gets the belt back from Cena.
And I think a lot of people said that. I hope that's not what it is. And I know Cena's kind of said he wanted Cody to retire him or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen. I'll get to the match first, and then I'll hit on a few topics with that. I actually enjoyed the match. I thought the match was good. I get it that there had to be 12 referees in this match and everything, but at least we did not have to see Travis fucking Scott.
Right. Yeah.
So thank you for that. The
Yes.
best thing you did the whole night was not make me have to look at this guy. But other than that, I
And
thought the
that
match
was
was way better than Cody and Cena and Mania. It was bad. Randy and John have a chemistry. Them guys have been fighting since what,
oh
2002?
yeah. Yeah. OVW.
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
Yeah.
since Ohio Valley Wrestling. I mean, so it was a really good match to me. I really enjoyed it. To be honest, to go back, if I had to go back and somebody said, "Hey, let's go back and rewatch this," I'd say, "Can we skip to this match? I don't want to see none of the rest of it."
Right.
But I would
Yeah.
rewatch that again.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't. I knew they were not going to let Cena lose, and I don't think he needed to. It would have been too soon. I want Cena to keep it until his last match. If he does lose it, I would actually be fine with him keeping it and walking away, just so we could get a different belt. Because I hate the belt they got now.
Right. Right.
But to me, whatever they want, the only thing that really makes sense to me is CM Punk goes over Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, Cena is basically the reason Punk left for 10 years. What better way for him to get his comeuppance
Red Bull.
by taking out John Cena in his last match and becoming the champ?
Right. Right.
And that's how I would book it. The other thing that would kind of be okay was if maybe Braun Breaker went over Cena, but I don't think that's the way to go, especially with them both being heels.
Right.
Uh, I like what Cena did at the press scrum where he took out our Truth. So Mountain maybe we'll get him versus our Truth on Raw or something, or Money in the Bank.
Does
You
Cena,
know,
does Cena come out and smacked our truth or something?
you didn't see it?
Not the press scrum part. No, I heard he was
Yeah,
coming out.
Cena. Our Truth came out there and was telling him, "Man, I knew you could do it. I've always believed in you, and this and that." And at the end, our Truth said something about, "But you still can't wrestle" or something
Oh,
like that. And Cena just stopped and picked him up and FU'd him to the table and walked out.
wow. No, I didn't see that. I'd love to.
Yeah, it was
I'll have to.
awesome, man.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out for sure. Um, I give that match. I got to give it a B plus. Like I said, anytime you get those two together, they got the right chemistry. Which John's always called a lot of matches in ring. You know what I'm saying? If anybody knows John Cena, you know he calls a lot of spots
Right.
in the ring. That's just what he does. He likes to do it in the moment. You know, what's the crowd feeling? And like you said, man, them guys has worked together so much. They know what it's like.
Yeah, I mean they don't even have to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know they
But
get out there and
I actually gave it a little higher than you did. And normally I wouldn't do this because of all the fodderall with the
that's
referees and
why I did
everything.
the end of it.
But I gave it an A because I was thoroughly entertained when Randy was going off and RKO and everybody. And also this is gonna set up now. You know, Randy Orton has an out, and now they can actually, which looks like they wanted to do it Mania, but they didn't do it. They can actually do the Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton.
Now he did RK Nick again, didn't he?
Yes,
That's what I thought. He was the first one that got the RKO, wasn't he,
yes.
to come out. Yeah, I thought it was. And I was like, why would you even put yourself in that position? You know he
I
done did.
knew it was coming. As soon as he came out there, I was like, he getting RKO'd
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah. But when he started doing them all like that, I was like, oh no, man, here we
So
go.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that at Money in the Bank. It's gonna be Nick Aldis versus Randy Orton. That'll take the spot of Gunther versus McAfee.
Probably.
But at least Aldis can wrestle. Now I don't know when the last time he has wrestled.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, they was. I don't know if could you all hear it on the pay per view. Everybody shouting, "You can't wrestle! You can't wrestle!"
I don't remember if I heard it or not because you know when we're in them chats, I'm running my mouth and
Yeah.
shit too.
It
So
was loud. It was loud in that arena, and I was like, "Oh, I bet WWE bleeps this out for their show."
man, I was worried about Randy giving all them RKO's if his back and neck was gonna hold up.
Right? Yeah, yeah. He put what 5 out, 6 out that night.
Something like that. Hell, he RKO'd Cena 3 or 4 before he did the other guys.
And then he took 4, I think FUs too, didn't he?
Something like that. 3 or 4.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right. Well, I'll show you what I picked up today.
But you can't show us. We can't see.
You can't see me now.
No, I hadn't been able to see you the whole time.
Oh, I can see me on the screen now.
I can't see you.
What
Can
about?
anybody else see Dub?
Can you see that?
No, John Cena. I can't see you.
Okay, sorry. Let's see.
Hey, running lights, Chris Dearman. Can y'all see Dub? Because I can't see him. Somebody let me know if you can see him or not.
That's crazy.
No, they can't see
They
you.
ain't neither. Okay. All right. Well, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys. I
It's all good. Hey, technical difficulties. It
yeah.
happens. So, what do you think? What do you give the whole card?
The whole card, I would give it uh a B minus.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Exactly agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I was entertained, but at the same time, I wasn't entertained. I left unfulfilled, if that makes sense.
No, I get it.
You
It
know.
didn't make you feel like the Reserto. I get it.
Right, right.
That's a Seinfeld reference if some people do not know.
Right. Uh, but I'm going to go live on the old Talk 'em Ups too here later on. So if everybody wants to come in, that's fine. All the guys that's in here too. So I'll show everybody what we got and
You
do
going on
over
TikTok?
there. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Uh,
Dub's gonna go on TikTok, guys, if y'all want to see him, because we can't see him here. But that's about all I got. If Dub, you got anything to add?
that's it too, buddy. And I'm sorry I glitched out on you.
Hey, it happens, man. It's all good. We can still hear you. That's all that matters.
That's
This is
all.
the best you've ever looked, Dub.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, I love you, my man. Appreciate you for joining, man. I'm glad everybody, all y'all had a good time and
Yes,
was
sir.
safe. Let me make sure to let me know when you get home. And
I
everybody be good. We the ones. And I may be leaving, but I'm still that uncultured heathen.